Hi, I'm Ferd Hoefner, the Policy Director for the National Sustainable Agriculture Coalition, and I'm going to address the election results on the Farm Bill, and really it boils down to two things. There's potential for the 2012 Farm Bill, the full 5-year deal, to go through yet this lame duck session of Congress. It's a very steep road to climb, and it may not happen, but it would be the best outcome for agriculture by a long shot. The alternative is passing some kind of an extension of the old Farm Bill. This is also not a super easy thing to do, maybe slightly easier than passing the full bill, but there's some key things that need to be done. First, if it is delayed, there's the question of how long. I think the likely outcome there is that it will be put in sync with whatever the fiscal cliff outcome is. So as Congress decides what to do on the big fiscal issues it faces, they'll probably sync the Farm Bill into the same calendar timeline for next year. So that's delay. The next, all these words start with D. That's delay. The second word is disaster. There is disaster assistance that's needed, particularly in livestock. That's going to have to be paid for. If that becomes part of the extension, that's an issue that needs to be addressed. The next D is dairy. The dairy program, while it could be extended, really doesn't functionally exist anymore, so something needs to be done to tide dairy over until there is a full Farm Bill. So that's a key decision. The next D is what I call development, referring to programs that help develop new farmers, new sectors of agriculture like organic farming or local food, development of value-added farming or agriculture, on-farm energy production. All these things are programs that the last two Farm Bills have created and funded and provided mandatory funding for, but they don't automatically get new funding until Congress acts on the new Farm Bill. So for those programs to have funding in 2013 under an extension scenario, the extension bill will have to explicitly fund those programs, and that's incredibly important if you're interested in innovation, if you're interested in job creation, if you're interested in opening up new markets for agriculture, if you're interested in the next generation of farmers on the land. These programs are really important. So development is that important next D word. And then the last one is really making a down payment on subsidy reform. Amazingly, both houses of Congress and both parties have agreed this year that direct payments, direct commodity payments, should go away in the new Farm Bill. So it would be incredibly odd to then turn around and extend them for an extra year. So there's more than enough money in the direct payment budget to pay for all the other words that start with D and create sort of a down payment on subsidy reform that Congress is pursuing in the full 5-year bill. There's actually enough money that you could add a sixth D to these D words, which would be deficit reduction, and if Congress wants to get some deficit reduction out of the Farm Bill extension, that would also be quite possible. So that's it in a nutshell. Better to have a full 5-year Farm Bill now, but if that becomes impossible given the very short period of time Congress has to work with, an extension bill has to deal with these very important issues.